The crimson sand of Kepler 442b whipped across Marcus Chen's weathered face as he dug deeper into the dune beside his emergency shelter. 3 days since his cargo hauler had been shot down by raiders, 3 days of rationing water and hoping his distress beacon would reach friendly ears before the wrong ones found him. His reinforced shovel struck something solid, not rock. Too smooth, too uniform. Marcus cleared away more sand, revealing what appeared to be chrome-colored metal shaped like an arm? His heart hammered as he uncovered more of the form. Definitely humanoid, but wrong in subtle ways. 2. Tall, limbs too long, fingers ending in what looked like retractable claws. The being's skin, if it was skin, had a prismatic quality that shifted between silver and deep blue. Definitely not human, definitely dead, given how cold it felt through his gloves. But intact, preserved by the desert's dry heat and buried sand. Marcus had seen enough alien corpses in his 15 years hauling cargo across the frontier. Usually, he'd leave well enough alone. But this one wore what looked like advanced armor, and those weren't decorative gems embedded in the chest piece. They were power cells. Functioning power cells, if the faint blue glow was any indication. Sorry, friend, Marcus muttered, reaching for the largest cell. But I need this more than you do. The moment his fingers made contact, brilliant azure light erupted from the being's chest. Marcus stumbled backward as the creature's eyes snapped open. Not eyes like his, but multifaceted orbs that seemed to contain swirling galaxies. "Fool!" the being hissed, its voice like crystalline wind chimes in a hurricane. "Now they'll find me!" Marcus scrambled for his sidearm, but the alien was already sitting up, sand cascading from its impossible frame. "Wait, wait!" Marcus held up his free hand. "I'm not hostile. I was just taking my life support systems, yes." The alien studied him with those cosmic eyes. "Your species always does. Take first, ask questions later." It touched the power cell Marcus had disturbed. "How long was I dormant?" I don't know." "You were buried pretty deep." Marcus kept his weapon trained on the creature, but didn't fire. Something about its posture suggested resignation rather than aggression. "Who's going to find you?" The alien's head tilted in a way that would have snapped a human neck. "The hegemony. I was their Hunter Prime Zix-Althar. I was, what is your word, defecting when they shot me down over this wasteland." "Those," galaxy eyes fixed on Marcus. "The power signature of my revival will broadcast across subspace. They will be here within your planetary rotation." "A day," Marcus translated. "Why were you defecting?" Zix-Althar stood, towering nearly 8 feet tall. "Your species fascinates the hegemony. They study you, dissect you, try to understand what makes humans so persistent. I was tasked with hunting human settlements, capturing specimens." The alien's claws extended briefly, then retracted. "But I began to understand. Your people don't just survive. You adapt. You innovate. You refuse to surrender even when logic demands it." Marcus lowered his weapon slightly. "And that changed your mind?" "I watched a human child, no larger than my forearm, distract 3 of my warriors while her injured mother escaped. The child knew she would die, yet she smiled as she triggered an explosive that took my soldiers with her." Zix-Althar's voice carried something that might have been respect. "The hegemony calls this foolishness. I began to call it admirable." A low rumble echoed across the desert. Both beings looked skyward, where dark shapes were descending through the atmosphere. Angular vessels that hurt to look at directly. 12 ships, Zix-Althar observed. "They're not taking chances." Marcus checked his weapon's charge. Half power? Maybe 30 shots. "How many troops per ship?" 20. Elite units. The alien looked at Marcus with what might have been curiosity. "You're not running." "Where would I go?" Marcus gestured at the endless desert. Besides, they shot down my ship. That was my livelihood, my life. He grinned grimly. Guess it's time to be foolishly human. Zix-Althar's crystalline laugh was like breaking glass. Yes, I see it now! The alien touched controls on its armor and weapons emerged from seemingly nowhere, energy projectors that hummed with lethal potential. Hunter Prime no more. Today, I hunt for a different cause. The ships landed in a perfect circle around their position, disgorging warriors in dark armor that seemed to absorb light. Their leader, another of Zix-Althar's species but broader and bearing vicious scars, approached with weapons ready. Hunter Prime, the scarred leader called in that same crystalline voice. You will return to face judgment for your betrayal. I think not, Commander Vexthor, Zix-Althar replied, stepping beside Marcus. I have found something worth fighting for. Vexthor's multifaceted eyes shifted to Marcus. A human? You would die for this primitive creature? Marcus stepped forward, surprising both aliens. Primitive? I jury-rigged a distress beacon using parts from a coffee maker and a broken comm unit. I survived 3 days in this desert on half rations and pure stubbornness. And right now, I'm standing next to a 8-foot alien warrior, armed with a pistol that's probably useless against your armor, ready to fight 240 elite soldiers. He smiled broadly. If that's primitive, I'll take it. The battle was brief and beautiful and terrible. Marcus's human ingenuity combined with Zix-Althar's advanced weaponry created chaos in the hegemony ranks. Marcus used the desert against them, triggering sand slides and using his shelter's solar collectors as improvised mirrors to blind their targeting systems. Zix-Althar moved like liquid death, protecting Marcus while decimating former comrades. When the dust settled, Vexthor lay dying in the crimson sand. You cannot stop the hegemony, he gasped. Maybe not, Marcus said, reloading his weapon. But we'll make them work for it. Zix-Althar knelt beside his former commander. Tell the hegemony what you witnessed here. Tell them that humans don't fight because they think they can win. They fight because they refuse to lose. As Vexthor's light faded, Marcus looked at his unlikely ally. So what now? Zix-Althar's armor was damaged but functional. Now we prepare. More will come, but perhaps they will find more than just 2 warriors waiting for them. Marcus smiled, already planning. Humans were very good at making friends in low places and very, very good at teaching others to be foolishly brave. The desert wind carried their laughter across the dunes, defiant and free.